Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. To my Canadian viewers, happy Victoria Day. It's a May 2-4 weekend here in Canada, and we're rounding out the long weekend. And it's been a hot one here in my area. It's just been gorgeous. Love the weather. Doing pretty good on my end here, guys. How is things? I'm just going to take a quick look at the chat here and see what we've got. We got a pile of people here. We've got Gregor, Peter, Joshua. Let me sort out a couple of things here. Hey guys, Stephen Kiberton, Glitch is here, Mike, Joshua, Jared, Mr. Ziegerman, Joseph is here. I think we're in good shape, guys. Hopefully it's going to be a good cast. Let me know how the audio and the video are coming through. Hopefully things are working tonight. YouTube doesn't seem to be messing around with too much. The last week or so, I haven't seen too many changes. Last weekend before the live broadcast, though, the notifications were all messed up. Everything was kind of a bit of a mess. But yeah, it seems that we're doing good. The Scotty is here. Greetings from Etobicoke. Yeah, sunny Etobicoke. It's got to be nice there. It's just gorgeous here. It's actually is really hot in this room right now. I couldn't cool the house down without the air conditioning on. It was 28, 29 Celsius here all day. Just gorgeous. Good stuff. AV is good. Thank you, guys. Excellent. Glad to hear that. I'm going to just take a few minutes and get things set up. Hopefully we're in good shape for a live broadcast. Joseph is here giving me updates on the electric imp printer. Good stuff. Awesome. Love it. I am roasting, guys. It is hot in here. I had the window open, but it didn't help at all. It's just simply too warm. Need to crank the air conditioning up. We went right from winter to summer. It's no complaints. Loving it. It was a good weekend for pints. I'll tell you that, guys. Cheers. And with any luck, if I can get this PC to comply, we should be in good shape for a live show. There's lots of stuff in the tech news this week, guys. Tons of stuff going on. Let's go. As usual, guys, viewer questions throughout. Just hit me up in the chat. Get my computer to work. There we go. We'll cover some tech news tonight. We'll cover the viewer challenge, some stuff on 3D printing, some stuff from the community of makers, hackers, inventors, engineers, artists, you name it. Some stuff from the shop, upcoming sneak peek, and we'll do a tech tip of the week. And if we have some time later on, guys, I'm not sure whether we're going to get to this tonight, we'll do some live viewer calls via Skype. As usual, guys, the link to the IMP printer is down below in the description. You can hit me up direct if I miss your comments in the chat. You can send it right through to the printer in front of my face. Please don't spam the printer. All right. I think we're off to a good start here, guys. I think we're going to be in good shape. Joshua says it's been about 70 Fahrenheit here over the past few days. Yeah, we've been significantly warmer than that. Mike noticed the racing stripes on the RC wing. Yeah, Mike, we'll cover it a little bit later, but I had to do, it's been maidened, and I had to put something on there so I could see it. Mr. Ziegerman, who is here with us, he had some color on his, but not as much as what I have on that thing, and I could barely see it, and I decided I'd better put some stripes on it for line of sight for maiden. It's not going to be a problem for FPV because you don't need to see it, but yeah. Hamrad Tom says, same here in Florida, 100% humidity, arg. Yeah, we're pretty close to that right on the shore here. We're not 100%, but pretty close. So yeah, I hear you. Joshua said, good RC flying weather. It has been here, Joshua. It's been really awesome. Steven's getting some warm weather too. Awesome, guys. It was a long winter here, so I was ready for this warm. The funny thing, though, here in southwestern Ontario and Canada, we no longer have a spring or a fall. It just went right from snow we hit like 18 to or mid 20s within a week, and then the next week we were into the high 20s and almost 30s with humidex, and just crazy. It just like you flipped a switch. It's pretty cool though. No complaints. I like the warm a lot better than the cold. All right, guys, let's go. Some tech news this week, guys. Tons of it. So if you didn't see this, cybersecurity experts criticize United Airlines hacker. And before we get started, guys, as you know, everything is linked below on the makeme.org website, all of these articles. You can view these videos and content in full later at your leisure. Newsy Tech reported this. So basically, long story short, a guy supposedly on board a United Airlines flight on a Boeing aircraft, he says he found an exploit through the entertainment system and was able to briefly take control of flight surfaces or whatever he touted. He said he took control of the plane. Obviously, FBI was involved very quickly, and I don't know how much truth there is to this because I'm really dubious of it. I really highly doubt there's any bridge between the avionics and the entertainment system anymore in today's world. But if there was, I would have to say I would like that someone would find this, but no pen tester, no penetration tester worth anything in the world is going to do this live on a flight with real people on board. It's just stupid, and let alone brag about it after. One phone call to the FAA. If you were a penetration tester or a hacker and you thought you could exploit a weakness, I'm sure the FAA or Boeing or any of the major carriers would have allowed him time on the ground to try and exploit this. Not in the air, and it just reeks of yuck. And if you haven't seen the coverage, I would rather not see it spread. If it's true, well, so be it, but he's still a bit of an idiot for doing the penetration test on a live aircraft. Just foolishness. No good pen tester in the world would do that. Just wrong. Anyway, that's my rant on that one, guys. And just have a quick look at the chat. Glitch said he's talked to Chris Roberts quite a bit. He's a pretty cool guy, although his security testing is a little unconventional. Yeah, I'm all for unconventional, but most of them are very conscientious of dangers and stuff. So, we will see. Guys, the Lily camera. If you didn't already see this, well, I'd be a little surprised because it just took the world by storm this week. Basically a quadcopter with a GoPro style video system on board, but follows you via a wristband you wear, and whether it follows GPS or Bluetooth LE, I'm not sure. But this thing is pretty darn cool looking, I have to say. It's not the first one I've seen. I saw one about a year ago, and I don't think it ever panned out. But this is up now on Kickstarter, I believe, or their website for pre-order. I want to say the price was around $500 and some odd. I should have made note of it. The price wasn't all that unreasonable if it measures up and does what they say it does for your own action cam shots and panoramic shots of you and the family and stuff. But yeah, be aware it will run into things. It has no object avoidance. So, but it really cool, exciting stuff. So check that out, guys. Big in the news this week overall. Not specific to this article, Make Magazine, Maker Faire overall, guys, huge in the last week. Maker Faire Bay Area was massive. Go to the Make Magazine YouTube channel or their website, and tons of great content, tons of coverage this week. All the makers and inventors and engineers out there get together and do some cool stuff. But this specific article, Arduino announces manufacturing partnership with Adafruit. This is huge, guys. Adafruit now has the Gemma, which was officially adopted by Arduino as an Arduino board and was going to be manufactured by Adafruit. This week, Massimo announced that Adafruit will now be a North American manufacturer for actual legit Arduino boards. This is huge. Congratulations to Adafruit. I can't imagine a better company to partner with Arduino. I think this is fantastic. It's great news. Locally sourced, high quality. The Adafruit stuff is leagues above anything. Most of the stuff you'll see on my channel, the projects I use, I don't have a lot of Adafruit stuff. Their stuff is just awesome, and I will be ordering more in the future. But it'll be exciting to see what boards they're going to manufacture and how this plays out. Basically, Massimo just said that it would be the basics. So I forget how he worded it, but it would be, I'm assuming the Unos and the Nanos and stuff like that, the staples, the go-to boards. But like we already have the Metro by Adafruit and stuff like that, so maybe there's an opportunity for Adafruit and Arduino to get together and expand the product line even more, because they already did it with the Gemma. Lemore is designing some awesome boards, so kudos to Adafruit, kudos to Arduino. I love seeing two companies get together. I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't say enough about Adafruit. Great company to stand behind. I wish them all the best. This one was another good video from Make, State of Arduino. Everybody's curious what's going on with Arduino lately, and we'll see how this goes. There's a lot of stuff in the news, and Make did some good coverage of a speech with Massimo that covered a lot of things, so I won't try and go over it here. It's 24 minutes long. I think you should watch it, or if you're taking an interest in what the state of Arduino is. Really, really cool stuff, guys. I'm just going to catch up on the chat, and then I'll go live on the chat here. Let's see. What have we got? Joshua on my my hacker rant, he said, "That is so stupid. Rant approved." Thank you, sir. Yeah. Jay says, "I got a lot of picture upload from the Maker Faire." Leroy said $519 for that Lily camera. Yeah, I find that actually impressive. I think it's on point for a price. And the thing being fully waterproof for $519. We'll see if they stick with that price point, though. I expect it would probably change. Jay said, "I buy a lot of stuff from Adafruit when I can. Local to me." Yeah, for sure, Jay. It's close to you. Ricky Chow said, "I don't know. Do you listen to the podcast Amp Hour?" Oh yeah, the Amp Hour. They've talked about the Arduino situation right now. I think the solution they came out with. Yeah, I didn't catch any of the Amp Hour podcasts lately, actually, Ricky. I've been really bad at catching up on those, but I am familiar with it, and I'll try and catch up with it. But the chat with Massimo is really, really awesome, and yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see if we can get this get the chat up on the stream for the people viewing this in the future. And let's go. Some 3D printing stuff, guys. This as well from Maker Faire, metal plating your 3D prints. Now, I'm not advocating this product specifically. I do link to their Kickstarter in the description. It is a pricey product, but I've just loved the tech. As we move forward with 3D printing and well, a lot more people having 3D printers, the ability to do more things with the plastic prints is a big market. And they made a metal plating device, one-stop shop for adding a nickel and copper, I think, were the main ones they were using for a coating, and really, really cool. I can think of a lot of uses where that would actually be pretty handy. It might add enough robustness to a 3D print to make it viable in some products. Really, really cool stuff, guys. I think you'll enjoy that. And just gonna Joshua said the G Plus community hit 400 members. Good stuff. Thanks, Joshua. Thanks, guys. As well, the Google Plus community is linked below. Feel free to join, guys. Thurk is here. He says hi. Hey, Thurk. Good to see you. And Zach said he hadn't listened to many amp hour podcasts, but the ones he did were excellent. Yeah, the ones I have caught were really good too. Definitely well done, for sure. Guys, community support, make sure you click that thumbs up down below if you like these videos. Remember to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and take a moment to share this out on social if you don't mind. Let's get some more people in. Let's spread the word. As the community grows, it's a lot of fun. We get to do things together, hang out together, share ideas, and it's a blast. As well, if you find yourself in a position that you can go down below and click over to my Patreon campaign and support me directly there. Patreons, as of last week, do now have advanced access to my videos. I will try to always give them a several day head start. They will see any of my newest videos before anyone else does, before they're live. Thank you to those supporting me on Patreon. Guys, it truly helps. And let's just really quickly. Jay said, Eric, 3D print your own PCB board would be nice. Yep. Awesome. I think we're good, guys. Let's go. The viewer challenge, guys. Every week, I would like to see what you're making. Make sure you send me in your projects, picture, video, whatever. Hit me up on G+, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Twitter, any of the above. Make sure you share your projects in the G+ community. It lets us all chime in on them and share it together. It's a lot of fun. This week, Glitch sent me in via Twitter some fan shrouds that he was working on. I think these, correct me if I'm wrong, Glitch, but these were for evacuating the air from the 3D printer. Yeah, maybe. I think they're 120 millimeter. Really, really cool. Love being able to manufacture this stuff instead of buying it, because, well, truthfully, we probably couldn't buy such things. So being able to make it at home is really, really cool stuff. Thought that was really neat. Thank you, Glitch, for sending that in. As well, Joshua Jared sent in a shot of him using Link2FS. Guys, if you're not familiar with it, Link2FS is a go-between program between Flight Simulator and Arduino. And he set up some really basic engine RPM gauge system with servos, and really, really cool stuff. And basically, that's how I started too. I just grabbed a servo. That was my first project, was getting a servo to move. I can't remember. It wasn't RPM that I was using. I think it was flaps or something like that. But yeah, really, really cool to see people advance on this. And I hope I was able to help a little bit with it. Mike, who I think is with us still, putting a scare charge into a weed trimmer battery pack. Pretty cool stuff. Love seeing people basically repurposing equipment and fixing it and doing new things with it. It's pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Mike, for sharing that. And that was about it for shares this week, guys. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. What do we got in the chat? I think we're pretty good. Oh, Glitch said he was using 120 millimeter fans, but they were loud and obnoxious, and I ended up getting this massive Lasco ventilator fan and made a 3-inch duct. Very, very cool. And Joshua says, thanks for sharing. Very cool, Joshua. Thank you for sharing it with us. You share it with me, and I like putting it back out there. That's what we do here. And Glitch said he plans on making a video of it soon. Very awesome. Leroy's playing with some little bits. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about the little bits thing. Sorry, Leroy. One of these days I'll come up with something for that. All right, let's go. A bunch of stuff from the community this week, guys. Flight Test did a cool video. I think a lot of people here who are into RC probably subscribe to Flight Test. Support your local hobby shop. And I thought this was worthy of sharing because this crosses over into any hobby. Support your local vendor and retailer whenever possible. On this channel, I advocate a lot for buying things off of eBay. And what I don't emphasize enough is if I can buy it locally, I do, even if it's a little bit more money. So particularly my RC stuff, I'm lucky enough, we just had a hobby shop open up in town. He doesn't have a lot of inventory, but I make sure I know what he has in inventory, and whenever possible, even if it's the silliest components, I make sure that I grab it from him. Mr. Ziegerman, that's in here too, he does the same thing here. We just try and support local whenever we can. It's tough in today's world because stocking things isn't good for a business anymore. It takes a lot of overhead and a lot of money to store a lot of stuff. But hobby shops are just cool, and same with electronics shops. It's too bad Radio Shack went the way of the dodo. But yeah, whenever possible, make sure you support local, guys. I think Flight Test did a good job on that. EV blog, solar roadways test results. So this was pretty cool. Dave, if you haven't seen it, guys, there was a solar bike path roadway thing set up. I think it was in the Netherlands, and it got a lot of social media and a lot of Kickstarter money and a whole bunch of other things. And people are all gung-ho that this was the solution to save the world. I'm not knocking it. It's a great idea. But when they came out with the results, people ran with it and said it's amazing, best thing since sliced bread. Well, Dave did a very good video on this, on the exact numbers or rough numbers, and like, not coming down on it. It's a great technology. Let's use solar panels in our roads and our walkways whenever possible. Fantastic idea. But it is expensive and is highly inefficient, especially on the ground level, without being tilted to the sun. And if you get away from the equator, you're really your efficiency goes down. But long story short, Dave did a very good job on this video. I think you should check it out if you're into anything solar. I think you really like it. This is a channel I subscribe to. I don't think a lot of people do. I can't remember. Morode, video came up in my feed this week. Cosmos satellite decoding. So if you're into SDR or amateur radio at all, as a lot of people here are, you might be interested in this. And I haven't even checked it out yet. I had not even heard of the Cosmos satellite because that's what piqued my interest. But I can see he's decoding it on upper sideband with basic SDR sharp, and got some information from the satellite overhead. So I thought that was really cool. I always see it as a challenge to decode a new satellite that I've never received before. As most of you know that watch my videos, you've seen my Russian Meteor, WeatherSat, and a few others. So check it out, guys. I think you'll like that. I'm just going to have a quick look. I think we have a problem with the imp printer, guys. I think it's screwed. A couple of times it made a little crunchy sound but didn't line feed up. So if anyone's sending to the imp printer, I might not be getting the messages. Sorry about that, guys. Jay said we have a Z&Z hobby place here where I get a lot. Very cool. YouTube Live 1000 pointing out vulnerabilities on airplanes. IFE could impact stock for those company involved, and they don't want to admit their product is poop. Yeah, that's true. You must be watching from the beginning of the video, YouTube Live. You can probably fast forward to where we're at here, but Leroy said MCM Electronics is local to me. A lot of times they have better prices for small components than I can find online. Then again, they can get pricey for some of the bigger stuff. Absolutely, it's a trade-off, eh, Leroy? It really is, and whenever possible, we try and support them. If it's completely outrageous, then we do have to look out for ourselves and in our situations. We can't overspend, but whenever possible, we try. I think a lot of people here think the same way. We try and support local. I can't buy any of my electronics local. Nothing. I can buy solder and wire, and that's about it, unless I drive 3 hours. I could get some stuff in an hour away in London, Ontario, some stuff, but very minimal. Electronics is really tough to come by. And Steven said, is there enough paper in the imp? And open the door and close it. Yeah, I checked. We're actually in good shape. We've got paper. Yeah, we got tons of paper. It was really funny. It's not like it didn't want to line feed for some reason, but yeah, it's working now. I don't know what the deal here is, but yeah, we're working. It's just, I heard a couple of grumpy sounds come from it, so I figured it didn't work. And Mike says he doesn't have any electronics places around him either. Yeah, for sure. It's a dying hobby, I guess. So another video to share with you guys, Colin's Lab. This is an Adafruit segment, Colin's Lab. I don't know how often they put it out. I'd say it's only every few weeks. But this whole segment was, again, on Arduino. And I think did a really good job of covering the Arduino overall. Probably a heck of a lot better than I on what is Arduino video that I did. And I think it's worth a watch for anyone who's at all interested or doesn't know what it is or doesn't know how to get involved. It's definitely worth taking a look at because it can be a little daunting at first. What are these things? What can I do with them? And yeah, it's good quality video from Adafruit always. Again, can't say enough about them. Now we got the amp working. Yeah, we got it working, Joe or Jay. Sorry. This one, X Dubai, not a channel I subscribe to, but went huge on social media this week. Jetman Dubai, Young Feathers 4K, 6 million views when I took this screenshot. Long story short, this is Jetman, aka Yves Rossi. I believe I'm pretty sure he's French, from France, not Quebec, for us Canadians. And I followed him for a lot of years since he first strapped these JetCat P80 turbine engines to his back and jumped out of planes. This one, he has another person join him now, and X Dubai paid a lot of money to do these this adventure games promo video of Dubai. And he did an awesome job. Really, really cool. I love seeing that his wing concept is now to the point where it looks like he's got a decent amount of vertical climb, full control. Looks like they're just having a blast. Really cool to see these things develop. I've been watching him for years, and he's really pushed the limits. A maker, hacker, and also an airline pilot. I think he flew Airbuses for years. So yeah, pretty neat stuff. And Glitch said same here, got a Radio Shack and that was it. Walmart or Lowe's to get solder and wire at. That's about it. Yeah, same here pretty much. I have an Ideal Supply and a couple of other places that stock solder, but nothing else. And Zach said testing the imp printer. Yep, that worked. We got a Hello World on it. Good stuff. Thanks, Zach. And actually, no, we didn't have too much problems, so... Glitch said 4 hobby engines, they cost like $1,000 a piece the last I checked. Yeah, those ones he's using are actually well over $1,000. Those are big JetCat. The P80 is even more than, actually the smaller P series is more than $1,000. Those are expensive motors he's got on there. Really, really fancy. Yeah, there you go. Whoops, $21.95 for the P80. Bloody hell. Yeah, those are way bigger than the P80. I don't even know what those are, but I can tell just by the video those are monsters. Those are huge. So I'd say probably triple that amount of money. Would be just my rough guess. Yeah, those are monsters. Very, very cool. Zach, who's with us, he did a mailbag video. Guys, Zach that is in the chat here, he has a fairly young YouTube channel, and he's now making some videos, and maybe has been for, I think, maybe since December. I took a look, something like that. He's a new YouTuber, guys. Let's give him some support. Check out his video. He went through some parts he got and some project stuff that he's working on. Very, very cool. Love seeing someone starting out on YouTube. Love getting the chance to share it with you guys, because his videos actually are off to Zach, you're off to a great start. You're doing a good job, way better than I did with my early videos. So definitely check out Zach's channel. I think you might enjoy it, guys. This one just came up this week. Maybe you saw it because this went pretty crazy on social media too. So this guy named Sammy, motorized combination lock cracking device. It's for master combination locks, master locks. Took an Arduino Nano and a stepper motor, and the servo is unnecessary. You can't really see it in here, but up on the left hand side he actually used a servo to open the hasp, but that is actually unnecessary. And this thing is an automated combination lock picker, and it does so in a very, very short amount of time. He made the code available. I downloaded it. It's on my list to play with someday just for giggles to see how his algorithm works. It just basically runs through the combinations it can be, and it's actually not that hard to guess master lock combos at all, really. But he automated the process. Very, very cool. Don't use it for anything nefarious, but pretty neat to see a basic Arduino and a stepper motor and a stepper motor driver applied to a neat little project. I'm going to give it a try. I'll do a video for you guys probably next winter before I'll ever get around to it, but definitely want to give it a try. Zach said, oh wow, a shout out. Thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Zach. Thank you for the video. Yeah, said I spent a lot of time holding back and ingesting hours of YouTube content. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're making videos now. I love seeing videos from other people in the community. I truly do, and I like the chance to share them with you guys. As you know, you guys have probably noticed that I do try and balance the content from community members whenever possible. At the same time, if I can't bear to watch a video, then I probably won't end up sharing it. No offense to anyone. If I like sharing content that I know other people like, and in all honesty, I've never seen bad content from anyone in the community. So I love the chance to share it out and get some exposure for you guys. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll motivate you. Maybe it's just fun. I enjoy it. So no need to thank me whatsoever. It's a blast. So and. Steven said, I have my video on the PCB development this week. Cool stuff, Steven. Can't wait to see it. I don't think I'll miss it. Post it in the G Plus community too, if you don't mind. That'd be awesome. All right, guys, let's go. This one I thought was pretty cool. It was last week we talked about it a bit, using Arduino to act as just use the FDDI chip, basically, or the serial communication on board. And this is a video, good timing, flashing electronic speed controls using an Arduino. Really, really niche topic, but it proves a point that we can not only use the Arduino as a normal microcontroller with lots of I/O, you can also just use it as a middleman to talk to components and just use it as a programmer. As I ended up using what I had in the bin last week to program my OSD. So really, really cool. I think you guys will like that. BMS Web, I don't know whether Paul's here tonight. He did an awesome video on GoPro and Mobius editing, YouTube exposure correction. And his was specifically for Final Cut X. I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos, but the core concept remains the same. Correcting exposure and correcting the white balance and correcting basically pumping the exposure and pumping the blacks is the secret in most cases for getting the YouTube video, for action video, to look a little bit better. But he really covered it in depth here in 7-minute video, did an awesome job, and he's a guy who knows, because he puts out awesome YouTube videos. If you're not already subscribed and you're into RC stuff at all, check out BMS Web channel. You'll definitely enjoy it. This is a great video. As we mentioned last week, the Joe Nall huge air show in is it North Carolina or South Carolina? I've never been, guys. Hobby King Live again did an amazing job covering this, and for a company that specializes, they're a hobby company. They sell hobby components, but they have these amazing videos that they do on YouTube. I look forward to every one of them. They just do a stellar job, and this was, I think, I'm not sure how many more parts there'll be or whether part 4 is it, but 16 minutes of awesome coverage of an RC air show. I think you'll love it, guys. All right, guys, we are caught up. Let's see. Steven said, will do. Thanks, Steven. David Watts asks, hi all. Has anyone heard of a Seed Studio recipe? Well, David, Seed Studio has been messaging me for, I'd say, 3 months now. Hi, I love your tutorials on YouTube. Please come be our alpha something person on Seed Studio and post your projects and how to. Basically, they want me to post a project and then do an instructable on how to do it on their website. And truthfully, David, I've been ignoring them. I checked out their website. It does look cool, tons and tons of maker projects, but I couldn't navigate the site, and I just can't be bothered. That's why I make YouTube videos. So yeah, I know what they want for a recipe. They want an instructable, and yeah, I've ignored them. I'll be honest. I haven't responded to their messages. I just can't be bothered. I make YouTube videos. Most people know that watch my channel. Zach said, agreed, Eric. End up subbing at least one channel every week because of this show. Thanks, Zach. That's actually good to hear. That's why I really agonize over what content I share whenever I can, because there's so much. Today I had I'd say 5 times all told the number of videos that I shared here in just the community section alone, and I just had to be ruthless and weed out a pile of them. Yeah, I try and make sure I share stuff that other people are going to enjoy, get something out of, get new channels, some subscribers, get channels that maybe not be recognized enough, some new subscribers. And then, well, I take the same from other people too, because you guys share stuff with me directly, and in the G Plus community, I love it. We're basically sharing. We all share the same interests very much. So the content, sooner or later, I'm not going to need a TV ever again. Zach said. Zach said as well, David, someone from Seed Studio contacted me about joining a recipe a while back. Yeah. David said they contacted me too last week, straight to spam. Yeah, mine went to spam too. I only read it, not sure what to make it. It sounds like Instructables. Yes, check out their website. It's a clone of Instructables. Yeah, mine went to spam too, and I left multiple of them there. I think we're up to 3 times they've hit me now. Bull Monkey said, I thought this was live. I refreshed and the feed restarted. No, I assure you it is live. And Zach said the same. So he said, I couldn't make anything of it. Their page layout is very cluttered, and that's what I found as well, Zach. I gave it a few minutes. I surfed around trying to get a feel for it, because I love maker and hacker sharing sites. I really do. I think it's great, and the more we can help and the more we can share, the better. But their site, I was immediately lost on. It looked like one of those clone pages that was basically yanking content from other sites and reposting it with automated. That's what it looked like to me. It just reeked of that, and I just clicked away. I don't have time for that. A bunch of my YouTube videos are mirrored on all kinds of Chinese and Asian websites, and that I've managed to find, and they'll make it look like it's an Instructable on their site, and it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. That's why I put the videos out there. But when it's a little bit, if it's an actual project or a creation, people shouldn't. I don't know. I guess you tell me, guys. Do you think they should be reposting it? I don't know whether Seed Studio is doing this or not, though. I guess I should caveat that. My bad. Jay said, I've uploaded a tips and tricks video, got a lot of PM messages, says cool trick. Guys, check out Joseph's channel, and he has a new video too. Alright guys, let's see where we're at. What time we got? Yep, we're already on the downward swing. Time flies, guys. From the shop this week, guys, as you saw or maybe didn't see, the H12C quadcopter that I got care of gearbest.com. I did the initial look and unboxing, and I was blown away by this thing. Keep in mind, this is not a hobby grade quadcopter. It is a small, relatively inexpensive device. I think they're around the $65 mark on their website this week. It impressed the heck out of me, and I haven't done the flight video yet because I haven't figured out how I'm gonna video it. I need a cameraman, but I did fly it the other night, and I flew it on my workbench exactly where this is sitting in this picture, and I was able to hover it inside that green square, the cutting mat, no problem. This thing, it works, no question in my mind. For a cheap little quad to get somebody started, I was highly impressed. I was so wrong. I had all these preconceived notions that the thing was going to be just junk and not even worth messing with, and I was wrong to this point. So we'll see how it goes from here. If you didn't see that video, check it out, guys. Sneak peek upcoming, guys. So I've been talking about this a lot. FPV and RC flying videos. This Friday, hopefully, will be my first FPV video, full FPV, camera on board, first person view, if you're not familiar with that acronym. Camera on board my RC plane, and I was able to fly my Freeman glider around for a couple of flights. Had a blast, got some pretty decent coverage of it. I think the video turned out pretty good. So it took me a long time to edit this, guys. I'm learning a lot with the editing. So sneak peek is behind me. The Versa Wing has been maidened. The big EPP FPV did get maidened. Both crashed. Minor crashes, but I caught it all on video, and that video I'm working on editing, final edits for next week, hopefully. And I think it's going to be, those of you into RC, even those of you who aren't, I hope you enjoy it, because I had a lot of fun making this, or I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, and I'm learning a lot of things about the video editing and the action cams, and I'm really looking forward to being able to bring you guys some pretty cool action footage this summer. It's a short summer here in Ontario, and I like to be outside and do things RC in the summer, and we'll do some electronics in between too, but yeah, it's going to be some fun RC stuff coming up. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Let me know what you think of it. And Leroy said, I have a few videos reposted on some ham radio sites. I thought it was kind of cool to see them see one of my videos. They gave credit back and a link to the video, so that's probably the way they should. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's, as far as I'm concerned, just my videos, once I post them out there, they're for anyone to take. It's just if I posted, say, my Hackaday project and someone reposted the entire project link, then I'd be a little upset. Well, I wouldn't even be upset. Wouldn't bother me, but it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Zach Atkinson asked, Eric, have you seen the quad Hacksmith got from GearBest? Is FPV included? And I think it was 150-ish. Yes, Zach, I did see that, and it's a bit of a joke between me and one of my friends. I saw that video when it went live, and that's the quad initially that I was supposed to get, but somehow it got messed around that I ended up getting a different one, significantly cheaper version. Yeah, I saw that on the Hacksmith channel, and a really cool video. I don't think he's flown before, so it's going to be interesting. A good review. I think he's going to have a lot of fun with it, and definitely a cool looking quad with the FPV on board. Yeah. And Mr. Ziegerman said, I can be your cameraman. Good stuff. I do need that. And yeah, I would appreciate that, actually. And Thurk said, I picked up NOAA 18 this morning and it worked great. Absolutely. Guys, that's a weather satellite that you can receive with, well, our little $10 SDRs and a QFH antenna and decode some awesome weather imagery. Very cool, guys. Let's carry on. There we go. The computer for a moment. Tech tip of the week, guys. So this picture, we're going to go back to basics this week for a tech tip. I keep seeing this picture get shared on social media this week. I don't know why. It just has a resurgence. So a lot of people for electronics compare volts. They compare electronics to plumbing because I don't know why. Just because people do. And I'll be honest, I detest it. So in this picture, you can see volts is the push, amps is the thing in the middle, and ohms is the restriction. Guys, I am going to simplify this. I'll give you my 2 cents on this, guys. I detest people who compare electrical theory to plumbing or to water flow. It's so wrong in my eyes, and it's so counterproductive. So for those of you interested in the Eric version, I'll give you something really simple. You don't need a diagram. You don't need anything. Just a couple of things to remember. Volts Volts, very simply, is the difference in the number of electrons from one place to another. That's all it is. So from battery post to battery post, this is the difference in the number of electrons from here to here, from positive to negative. There's no circuit there, it's just the difference. So you measure a battery static, 8 trillion bazillion electrons on one end and none at the other, basically. And that's what you're measuring with a voltmeter. The amperage is very, very simply the number of electrons that pass any given point in a circuit in 1 second. And it's an exact value. 1 coulomb is 1 amp. 1 coulomb per second is 1 amp. And if you want to know what a coulomb is, you don't need to remember this because it's a silly number. It's 6.241 times 10 to the 18th of electrons. That is a coulomb. Doesn't matter. Voltage is the difference in the number of electrons from one place to another. Amperage is the amount passing any given point at that time. So 1 amp, 1 coulomb. Doesn't matter. What this helps with, and this is why I get so adamant about this, guys, the plumbing reference, it causes people to miss a fundamental way you can test electronic circuits. When you understand that the number of electrons is measured by a voltmeter, now you can use your voltmeter to do very creative troubleshooting. You can do what's called voltage drop testing, and I did this in my power supply video. When you understand that the difference, it's the potential difference between them. Instead of this, people consider this voltage just kicking, just being the push. Once you understand it's the potential difference in the number of electrons, now you can take your voltmeter and put it anywhere in a circuit or measure across a component, say a relay or a contactor. And you can, if you measure a potential difference across there, you know there's a restriction in that circuit. You know there's resistance in there. And you can tell exactly whether a trace is bad, a component is bad, whatever. But these plumbing references and these water flow things don't allow people to understand what the voltmeter is measuring. And that's my rant. I hope it helps someone. It fundamentally, it changed my life when I understood exactly what a meter is measuring, and I hope it helps you, because using your meter in understanding voltage properly and being able to diagnose in circuit, in a live circuit with a voltmeter and do voltage drop testing will change your life. You will be able to do so much more with a multimeter, no question in my mind. I hope it helps someone. That's my rant. And Mike said, pay attention, there's a test next week. Absolutely not. But it just drives me nuts, these water flow references. I just hate it because it's just plain wrong. And we won't even get into conventional versus electron theory versus hole theory. Doesn't matter which way things flow. Amperage, electrons past any given point in a given amount of time. Voltage is the difference in the number of electrons from one place to another. And Zach said, very good info. And 2 rants in one show. Tom says, yeah, sorry about that, guys, but it drives me bananas because I had a lot of guys work for me as a lead technician in the wind turbine business. And fundamentally, a lot of them did have a good core knowledge of electronics and basic electricity, but they were missing the final chapter and just understanding what a voltmeter was actually telling them to open them up to do dynamic testing in circuit. And this goes for any testing. And it just drove me nuts. It was the way that people were teaching it that it really is hard to get from a plumbing analogy to understanding that a voltmeter, volts is the difference in the number of electrons from one place to another. I don't think there's any way to connect those two that I can understand. So that's my rant. Yeah. Joshua said, I actually understand now. I hope so. I hope it helps someone. I know it's such an obscure topic, I know, guys, but yeah, it's one of those things that just bugs me. That's the tech tip for this week, guys. All right, guys, we're not gonna be able to do Skype calls tonight, guys. I'll be honest. I'm gonna try and end this off at the hour, so I don't think we're gonna open the Skype lines tonight. We'll do so next week. Let's do that, guys, and let's carry on. Viewer questions. This one I thought I would share. It's a lengthy question, I'll be honest here, guys, so I'll try and cherry pick out of it here. This was a comment on my new quadcopter video, and I thought this was worthy of sharing because I think other people in this situation, his handle says it all, RC Newbie. So he's had this H12C for about 2 weeks, not a good experience. He was new to RC, but he accepted that he didn't know enough to complain too much. Well, that right there tells me that I'm willing to engage with this person because they're not just ranting. They're admitting that they may not know the details that they should or could. But like you, everything looked good, fit and finish, not too bad for the money. Unfortunately, flying has been mostly frustrating and more than disappointing as I cannot hold altitude or heading. The 4-page instruction manual is a joke. How to fly manual, same for different model, different controller. Yep, I saw that on mine. I have depended on YouTube for instructions, but no one talks about how to fly the dang thing. Mine won't take off and be stable. When it leaves the ground, it does what it wants, mostly banks hard right. I tried to tune it. Instruction manual calls boundless blah blah blah. I didn't even read that in my instruction manual. In a YouTube video, someone said you have to fire up the copter before the controller. Still no joy. Anyway, it's a long question, guys, but I'll give my input on it. I think he may have a defective. RC Newbie, you may have a defective quad. If you're that new to flying RC, it's a highly likely that it's you. It's very possible. Mine is incredibly stable, but with that said, I'm not a good judge in that department because I flew RC helicopters for years and they are very difficult to fly. You have to anticipate what an RC helicopter does before it does it and correct before the plane of the rotor actually tilts. It's like balancing a marble on a beach ball, basically. Very unstable in some cases. I found my quad to be uber stable, no problems there. So you could have a defective unit. You could be, your trim is out. This can go for anyone learning RC. My advice is take and block off 2 feet on your floor with masking tape. 2 feet by 2 feet. Set the quad in the middle of that square and take off. The minute you deviate from that square, you chop the throttle. Walk over, pick it up, put it back in that square. Do it again. Every time you deviate, do not fly back into that square. Every time you fly out of it, you've got to shut down, go pick it up, and start over from the center of the square. That was the advice I found online way back. I don't even remember when I first started playing with RC helis. It was a long time ago, and it works so well. You program yourself to learn how to correct and not pick up bad habits. So I hope that helps RC Newbie or anyone else starting out. I hope you don't have a defective unit, but I wouldn't rule it out, but I'd say it's probably more you're flying. It's highly likely. It's tricky to explain. You need to anticipate and correct before anything makes a movement. That goes with any RC. It's a little tricky at first. Jay said, Eric, did you hear about Microsoft's HoloLens glasses? Yeah, we've covered the HoloLens here on the show numerous times. I think I had it on last week, actually. Definitely looking forward to seeing them when they come out. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Orange Penumbra said, wait, you're supposed to fire up the transmitter first. That's a good point. I saw that at the end. There was someone gave him some advice to fire up the quad before the transmitter. Yeah, that's actually a cardinal sin with anything RC. I should have pointed that out. Thank you for catching that. Never ever fire up the remote control device before the transmitter because you can have a runaway situation and severely hurt yourself. And it's not a big deal on these little quads though, because it's pretty hard to get hurt by one of these. But yeah, anyway. Orange Penumbra said, this advice on how to learn to fly is exactly how I started, but I assumed that naturally. Well, good stuff. Awesome. David Watts asks, Eric, has there been any progress on the circuit board ideas for Osh Park? No, David, there hasn't actually. I didn't hear back a lot, to be honest, in the G Plus community. We had a couple of good ideas, but no plans at this time. Guys, we do have $50 credit for Osh Park for PCBs. This is for you guys. I want it on the Hackaday website, and I'd like to get some stuff printed up and get some PCBs made, but don't know what to make. So guys, go below the G Plus community and post your ideas in there, what we can do, projects we can build, or things that we want to build, or things that you want to build. Let me know. We've got this credit. Let's use it. It'd be a shame to just let it sit there, but I don't have a project in mind right now, so I'm open to you guys. So Tom said, another great show. Thanks, Tom. Tormori Cat 101, point the quad away from you or life gets weird. Actually, I failed to even mention that. Thank you for pointing that out. Always when learning to fly RC helis or quads, tail in. Keep the tail towards you at all times. Otherwise, yeah, nose in or sideways gets very confusing early on. Leave those till you can fly tail in very proficiently. I failed to mention that. This is why I love this format, guys. I get to get the feedback, and you guys point out what I've missed, new improvements on it, better ideas, point me out when I'm wrong. I love it. And Joshua said plus about 10 minutes of sim time. Good stuff. And Tom, Hamrat88, said another great show. Thank you, Tom. All right, guys, we are going to wind down. We've got 2 minutes. We're going to do closing thoughts here, guys. Closing thoughts. So, actually, before we get to that. So, this one is, well, it's a little bit for everyone, but I'd like to call out specifically to those viewing from the USA. Those not familiar, the USA is actually, almost all states have had a very turbulent time lately with law enforcement. Really volatile times, and I'd like to send my support. I really feel for you guys in these cities where the riots have broken out, and the only thing I will say on it from my personal opinion is those that are angry, I believe in some cases have every right to be angry, and I'm glad you get the chance to voice this. I'm just a little sorry, saddened that how out of hand things have gotten and how turbulent the times are. So I ran across this video because I subscribed to the channel, guys. Real life heroes, guys. It's good timing this week, where police meets humanity and heroism. This channel is just ongoing montages of feel-good videos, people doing the right thing. In this case, it was a lot of law enforcement coverage, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. And I just wanted to extend my support to anyone who's going through a bit of a rough time. I feel for you guys. My other thought is, please keep in mind that there are plenty of good people out there, and I can vouch for an amazing number of the people I have met in law enforcement are just stellar people. I have no doubt that there's bad ones out there that will get what they have coming to them. I'm sure justice will prevail, but the vast majority are some pretty amazing people, and videos like this are always nice to share because they can remind us of that the innate nature of humans, we just have this amazing quality where we're willing to go the extra mile. Some people, I hope when the day comes again that I get to make the hard decision that I do the right thing. Guys, enjoy that. Check out the video. Watch out for the ninjas cutting onions. If you watch any of the other videos on their channel, some of them are pretty moving. I think you guys might enjoy it. That is it for me today, guys. I Okay, Glitch said you could say that again. I'm about 100 miles from Ferguson. Yeah, that's tough stuff there, and I really feel for you guys. It's a tough time, and wish you all the best. Anton pointed out it's mostly media hype. Good though that attention is being paid to police violence. I couldn't agree more. I think incredible mainstream media is, as most that view my channel know, I consider mainstream media to be crap and absolute crap, and I don't even watch it. It's just hyped up garbage. But it is good when the bad things do get brought to light. It just sucks when they hype the hell out of it and bring things to a boiling point. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. We'll see. Zach said, very good show. Great show as usual. Will I be in the IRC? I'm going to try and join the IRC tonight. We'll see what I can do, Glitch. I have a couple of things I have to do right after. So, guys, that is it for tonight. Good luck in all your projects, adventures. I'm glad you could join me tonight. Remember to click that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and we will see you a little later in the week with some FPV video, and we'll talk soon. Cheers, guys.